Today I am working on my 2006 Range Rover Sport. I had an issue where water was leaking into the passenger side. On the floorboard it would be wet, and also if you open up your door sill, the trim underneath there's a wiring harness, and that got wet as well. Corroded some wires and essentially stopped my front windows from rolling down. And then also just the excessive moisture in the car from all the water just being stagnant. So this video is going to go through on how to replace it, and the quickest way, maybe not the correct way according to Range Rover, Land Rover, but the quickest way I've found to go ahead and replace or fix that leaking hose. Things we will need: 12mm PEX connector, new sunroof drain hose, driver's side and passenger side use the same part number, something to fish the new hose through. In this case I'm using some wire. Fish tape will probably also work, and a T25 Torx bit, small screwdriver or pry tool, needle nose pliers, duct tape, hook tool, and silicone sealant. So to remove the grill vent, you just grab right here, you pull up, and then out like that. So once you got the vent removed, go ahead and move this air intake. Kind of grab this and move it out of the way. It's connected to a hose. And then so if you look in here, I shot it right there, that black hole right there, that's where your vent tube is going to come out. And then where your drain tube is going to come out, and this is what mine looked like when I cut the tip off of it, but it's going to be dry rotted, cracked, and that's where it's leaking into the cabin, is right there, because this side actually sits on the other side of the firewall, so this is the part that pops out. So that hole right there is what we're going to be working with. Next, go ahead and take off your A-pillar trim. This little airbag symbol will pop off. Use a screwdriver at the bottom here and go ahead and pop that off. Underneath there you'll see a Torx bit screw. The size I used it to take it off was a T25. Not sure if it's a T25, but that seemed to work just fine. So go ahead and take that off, and then your trim will pull out and up. So go ahead and cut the hose right here, and then pull the hose out and out. And then on the other end, go ahead and, on the old hose, go ahead and cut this off, and then shove the hose back down into the hole. So then that way you have a straight run going down. It might take you a few tries to kind of get it back to the right spot. It'll either go towards the car and out towards the fender, or it might come in back towards the car, and that way you can't really get to it if it goes this way. So try to angle it out towards that way. And then the hole in the fender, kind of feel for it. It'll be up against the edge, more towards the back end of the car. So with my hook tool, the cable will be kind of on this backside edge. So I use my hook tool and fish the cable up there. I'm going to grab it with a pair of pliers and pull it through. When you're fishing it through, you actually want to bend that up while you're pushing it through, so it actually goes up towards the car, and then you can actually grab one side here, pull it through, and then on the other side push it up. And once you get it all pushed through and pulled through, you will notice that that part will not go through because it's too thick. So what I just did was I took some silicone and siliconed around the hole just to make sure no water got back in there. But as long as this is kind of pointing down, you'll be fine. I'm gonna throw this boot back in there. Cut your excess hose off to kind of match. Cut your excess hose to match, and then throw in the PEX connector. and then put everything back together and you'll be good to go. Once you get your kick panel pulled up, it just lifts up. The piece that goes actually all the way back into the passenger side. And I just kind of lifted and manhandled it and wiggled it around until I got it out. You could probably get away without taking the whole thing out if you can get to these wires and see what you're doing. But for me, I wasn't sure, so I just kind of took everything off. This kick panel right here just slides out. You probably don't have to take that one out. But what you're going to be looking for is 3 wires, and they all have blue tape on them. There's these ones as well, but it looks like they're sealed, so they're probably fine. Probably didn't get any moisture in there. So I already took the blue tape off, but right about here, dig into the loom and you'll find this black one. So mine's actually okay. I might end up soldering it, but for the front windows is actually going to be this guy with the black and gray wires. So that's actually going to be at the very bottom of the loom, probably tucked in like this. This one actually took me quite a while to find, but it's right about here, and it's got blue tape on it as well. And then the last one is going to be back over here. I've just taped it up just because I haven't gotten a chance to solder it together, but it's going to be probably in the middle of the loom, red and white wires. This one was definitely the most corroded. I'm not sure what it goes to, but every time I connect, I hear a relay go off on the driver's side. But I've been driving with it out connected for a little bit and haven't really noticed anything, so it might be a light or something, or a door trigger that gets alarmed or something like that. But this is the one you want for your driver window. So cut the wires, splice them together, solder them, however you want to do it. But I just twisted them together and my window started working on my fronts. So to pull up the carpet in the front, because you'll probably have a bunch of moisture, just reach your hand back here between the glove box and the thing and kind of work your way to the corner and just pull. You have to pull really hard to get it to buckle and come up. You have to pull really hard to make it buckle and come up. Also put one hand here and pull at the same time to kind of buckle it outwards. I fold it up like this. And as you can see, there's a bunch of moisture underneath there, so I'll be getting that all dried out.